Bold and the Beautiful reveals Electra Forrester showing two sides of herself right now by letting Will Spencer think that she supports Melissa Dillon. But when Will's not around, Electra is going hard at Dillon and scaring the poor homeless girl for almost no real reason. Electra's hidden agenda against Dillon on Bold and the Beautiful. Ever since Dillon came to Electra and told her she accidentally ran down Luna Nozawa and killed her, Electra has been very kind to Dillon and wanted to help her any way she can. And, running over Luna is about the biggest favor anybody could do for Electra and Will. And the two of them were there to support Dillon when she told Finn and Steffi Forrester that she's the one who accidentally killed Luna. And if you recall, Electra already knew Dillon because she was dropping Hayes Forrester Finnegan off at art school now and then, so they were friends before the whole Luna death thing. And then Electra started inviting Dillon over to hang out once her boyfriend got the beach house. And then things took a major turn once Will realized Dillon was living out of her car. And when Will questioned her, Dillon finally admitted that she is homeless, and they looked at some research and said, oh, it's common among students. Will offers Dillon a home at the beach house on B&B. So right away, Will offered for Dillon to stay in the apartment above the garage until she got back on her feet and said you can be here as long as you want. And Electra seemed totally supportive until Will left the room. From day one, Electra not only threatened Dillon to respect Will and Electra's relationship or else, but she told Dillon, don't get comfortable, you need to be out of here as soon as possible, as if she needed more stress. Mind you, Dillon was the one who hesitated about moving in because Electra doesn't live there, so Dillon has been very cautious, very considerate from the jump. I will admit she has checked out Will when he worked out, when he showered outside, and when he was napping on the sofa. Kind of sketchy, but at the same time, Electra doesn't know any of that, so the things she's saying aren't based on that information. The infamous teriyaki chicken gate sparks Electra's rage on Bold and the Beautiful. And then we had teriyaki chicken gate. Will insisted that Dillon eat the extra chicken because Electra had to work late. And Dillon was hesitant, but Will literally insisted. And then Electra went nuts about it, and she basically accused Dillon of making moves on her man Will. And you could tell that Electra scared Dillon. She was going off on her 1 minute and then hugging her and talking sweet the next. It's like this pendulum that swings back and forth. Electra is sweet and then she's kind of psycho, and it just depends on who's in the room on Bold and the Beautiful. But she never makes those threats in front of anybody else, just when she's alone with Dillon. And then Electra pretty much threatened Dillon and made her promise to stay in her apartment while Electra's gone on the business trip. Ivy catches Dillon in a compromising position with Will. And when Will talked to Dillon about hanging out, she said, no, I cannot. And then when he pressed, she admitted Electra was upset at her. But at the same time, Dillon said it was all her own fault. But Will's not having it and told her, don't worry about it. He told Dillon, this is fine, don't worry. Meanwhile, Electra is acting like that is her house and she gets to decide who's there, what goes on in it, and she sets the rules, which is crazy talk. And then Finn dropped by the beach house to ask Will if he would watch Hayes while Finn ran to the hospital, and Dillon was there, and Hayes was super excited because he really likes her. And again, Will insisted that Dillon hang out and help babysit Hayes with him, but Dillon was scared to agree, but Will again insisted. So Dillon finally said yes because Will was saying stay and Hayes was begging her to stay. So the three of them were doing arts and crafts, that's fine. But then later this week, things get stranger because Dillon is doing ballet in the living room for some reason, and she ends up in Will's lap with their faces looking close. And of course, Ivy Forrester, who's supposed to be homesick in bed, is lurking around the beach house like a creeper. And I wonder if Electra asks her sick Aunt Ivy to go check on them, or if Electra is fussing at Ivy about this. She seems to be the only one she's showing her actual other side to. And Ivy decides on her own to go over there because Electra is saying all this hoo-ha. So they want to make sure Dillon is upstairs in her little apartment and nowhere near Will. But of course, Ivy comes at the worst moment and sees Dillon on Will's lap with his hand on her leg. So Ivy's going to think the worst. I do think Will is loyal to Electra and loves her, but I think at the same time he sees Dillon as a friend in need, and he's committed to helping her because he has a generous nature. Plus, Will may not realize he's sending mixed signals because he keeps encouraging Dylan to spend time with him while Electra flat out told Dylan not to. And Will is kind of Dylan's hero for giving her a place to live, so that's factoring into all this. And Will knows Electra came down hard on Dylan, and then once Ivy tells Electra what she saw, all heck's going to